the Mitchell Marsh massacre. Six sixes. He was having a bit of a party. It looked like a net on the centre pitch.
Well, he bats in that tempo, and another example of a player who comes in form in the first match of the series, and then carries on from there. So when you got runs at the back, you always have that confidence to carry. On top of that, add the first innings debacle for the Indian team. It just puts you in that strong position to stamp your authority, and it just something which we saw from Mitchell Marsh today. He's someone who is not going to stop. He's just going to be going hard at the ball, and so much power. I think the standout factor for Mitch is that he's able to, whenever he's there out on the crease, he's able to bat with that kind of power, and he's hitting the ball really hard. So that's something which for any bowler is going to be a cause of concern if he's batting at the top and batting with such ease.
Yes, 60 of those 66 came off fours and sixes. 6 sixes, 6 fours in that innings of 66. It's a bit of a mouthful for me. But DK, safe to say that it was Mitchell Starc who allowed him that license to thrill. When you have just 117 on the board, 118 to chase, you will go for your shots, and more often than not, these shots will come off.
No doubt about it. Mitchell Starc set the tone, finished it off for Australia. The other Mitchell came into bat, set the tone, finished it off for Australia with the bat. It's interesting with Mitchell Marsh, and I say this because 70 of the 86 runs that he got in the first match, was of boundaries. He got 10 fours and he got 5 sixes. Today he's got 6 fours and 6 sixes. Literally 90% of his runs consistently seem to come off boundaries and some seriously big hits. Yesterday we saw in the Women's Premier League, Sophie Devine hitting a 94-meter 6, which is a massive one. Today we saw Mitchell Marsh hit 96-meter 6. These are huge sixes. And to be able to do this consistently is what sometimes sets apart a power player and a touch player. And you can definitely put Mitchell Marsh in that power-packed player category. He is one of those who can hit a long ball. Even in the IPL last year, he probably hit one of the biggest sixes that I've ever seen. He hooked Kagiso Rabada in DY Patil, and I think it went from Navi Mumbai to probably Chowpatty. I don't know, but it went a long way.
Even back home in their domestic one-day competition, which is called the Marsh Cup, nothing to do with his own family or his father, but it's just Marsh because of some sponsor commitment. He just came into this series knowing that he had to do well. There's Cam Green, there's Marcus Stoinis as well. He knows that they may not have 3 all-rounders in that World Cup squad, so he had a point to prove. And how well has Mitchell Marsh responded to the opportunity that he got? In the absence of David Warner, he knew he had a job to do, and he just went about it with such professionalism.
David Warner provided him the opportunity. He's still recovering, but he's grabbed his opportunity with both hands. Just like in India and Australia, certain spots are very hard to fill. Within India right now, the 2 toughest spots for anybody to fill is the opening batter and the left-arm spinner, left-hand batsman. There are dime a dozen in India. Similarly, in Australia, the openers have been set for some time now. They've done really well. He bats at number 3 in T20s for them. He could very well now confuse the selectors, the captain and the coach as to where they're going to fit him in, because if this is how he performs in India, remember the World Cup after 6 months' time is going to be held again in India. So if this is the impact that he's able to provide, he also provided great impact to them when they won the T20 World Cup. So he's a key player for them, and how are they going to fit him? That will be a big part of the puzzle that they're looking to solve when it comes to ODI cricket. Also, Delhi Capitals have him. Last year he batted at 3. It'll be very interesting to see where they fit him in this year as well, because the kind of form, the kind of shots that he plays, it's only fair to say it's hard as a bowler to stop him in the power play.
It is.
Yes.
It is very, very difficult, because see, he's hitting through the lines. He's not really looking to just have a wild swing at it. Most of his shots are actually, when he's hitting off the back foot, is using a lot of power. But most of the times he's able to connect it because of his balance. I think that's a standout factor with Mitch Marsh, and if he's going to continue with this, I think the best position for him is at the top order.